I guess at some point in your life, you realize that you have had enough. And in order to maintain your self respect and dignity, you come to realize it's time to walk away. And
Mhm.
even though that decision has a lot of what do you call side effects and consequences, you have to choose your self worth, your self respect over everything else.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. I'm Melanie Johnson, your host for the podcast today. And I want to remind you if you're thinking about writing a book, reach out to us at eliteonlinepublishing.com. We make our authors number one bestsellers and focus on publishing and marketing. Oh my gosh, I am so honored to be interviewing Saba Syed today. She just impressed me so much. She is part of the Entrepreneur Secrets compilation book that just came out. And just the courage that she's had. She left a 25-year marriage, started a business with not knowing anything about business, and made it really successful. So you're going to learn so much, not just about personal growth, overcoming challenges, and stepping into your greatness today, and also running a business. So welcome, Saba. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell people a little bit about your journey, walking us through what made your decision to leave a 25-year marriage and then get to where you are right now.
Oh, Melanie, I guess at some point in your life, you realize that you have had enough. And in order to maintain your self respect and dignity, you come to realize it's time to walk away. And
Mhm.
even though that decision has a lot of what do you call side effects and consequences, you have to choose your self worth, your self respect over everything else. And in the moment when you're making the decision, you really have no idea what's going to happen or what the future holds. But
Right.
you just have to put your faith in God first and foremost. And
Mhm.
after that, you have to believe in yourself and just move forward.
I've been there myself that you feel like you don't have a choice and then you have to make the decision and then you just have to figure it out. It is a scary place. How
It
did
is.
you manage the uncertainty and fear? I also, you had to walk into your faith, but how did you process the thoughts? All right, what am I going to do next? How am I going to make a living? How do you get to all of that confusion and chaos that you just caused and repercussions
Mhm.
of trying to figure it out of what's the things I should do next?
Honestly, it's just when you are at that breaking point in your life, right? When you have to choose your whatever self respect is left after sacrificing for so many years, and you have to hold on to that. You just have to, again, as I said, you have to put your faith in God and you have to pray
Mhm.
a lot, and then you just have to move forward and take all those decisions one at a time. But I can't say that there's ever any certainty, except that you just have to make yourself believe that I have to make it work somehow.
So tell us, did you come up with the idea of the Oasis Moroccan Spa? Because then I remember thinking, all right, now what am I going to do for a living? The choices are immense that you can do so many different things. How did you figure out that you had this hugely successful spa here in Houston and other locations? How did you figure out what to do for your business?
I started the business after the divorce. The idea was there because I was introduced to the treatment when I was in the Middle East. My ex was working there, so I had the I got to spend some time, and that's where I was first introduced to that. And it was a unique concept. And I know that I don't know, I didn't know about the rest of the US, but Houston, my hometown, I knew that there was nothing like that over here. And
Yeah.
it was a cool concept. It was completely different, something that I enjoy so much. And I'm sure that most of the women are always stressed out. So it's so de stressing and it's so relaxing. I always wanted to introduce that over here. And then when my life situation was changing, it was a very unique business idea. And
Mhm.
what made me compelled towards this business more than anything else is that I knew that there was almost no competition at that time. So it was
Yeah.
like a smooth road towards starting a new concept. But obviously it came with its fair challenges. That new concept needs a lot of marketing introduction. People don't know what it is. So yeah, we had to come across. I guess I got to the second question already, but those were the challenges.
What did you do when you launch a business? I started a TV station from scratch, and it was during the day when cable wasn't that popular, even still, but it's still getting people to know you. What did you do that worked and didn't work for you starting a business from scratch and no one knowing who you are and a new concept?
Honestly, what worked was really, and I experienced that firsthand, is really the woman empowerment and sisterhood. A lot of female entrepreneur just step forward. People I didn't even know, people I just knew through LinkedIn or places where we have never met them in person. They connected and they gave me advice, gave me ideas. Just there was a lot of support from them.
Hmm.
And what I didn't do is the one thing I didn't do is I didn't expend more than I could handle. So I
Hmm.
started small, even though I had the options for bigger places or doing something bigger or multiple services. I didn't venture with adding too much into my plate and focusing on something unique, something smaller, and then expanding it from there.
I like that. It's like you made sure where you were was really successful, got all the kinks out before rushing to get bigger, before
Yes.
you could do that. And you mentioned in your chapter of your book about collaboration and how traditional marketing didn't really work for you, but talk about what you did for collaboration to help your business grow.
Just meeting with other business owners, attending a lot of events, charity events, and also inviting these influencers and Instagrammers and us
Mhm.
just asking them to collaborate with us. So that goes, it's not like the traditional marketing style, but just
Mhm.
basically opening my doors, even for complimentary treatments, just come and experience it and just share
Mhm.
your experience with other people. And that helped a lot.
Yeah, I can see. And then you talked about getting into hotels, which I love that. It's like they have your customers already, or into other, yeah, I think it was hotels to collaborate with them. And they have
Mhm.
your customers already. So that was really a great idea that you had.
Yeah. And just for new business owners, we were rejected initially.
Yeah.
Hilton didn't want to do anything to do with us. Marriott didn't want to do anything to do with us because we were just a new name. They had no idea. And then literally a year later, they reached out and they're like, "Hey, okay, would you like to collaborate?" And I remember I was just laughing because I'm like, wow.
Did you stay in communication with them or did they just start to hear about you? How did you do it? Keep them on your email list or
No,
um
they just heard about us. And so they heard about us. So they reached out to us afterwards.
wow, isn't that's wonderful. That's like the hand of God, right? That he's working in your favor to make those things happen.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
love what you say, like you had a lot of women that reached out and gave you advice, but not all advice maybe is to be taken or good advice. How do
Yes.
you discern what is the right advice for you?
Really, you just have to, there's a lot of your own gut feelings. Listen to your gut as a business
Uh-huh.
owner. And especially if after a couple of experiences, you experience that your gut feeling is right, just start, listening to yourself. And then again, just I always pray before I make a decision and then just do some of your own research. And at some point in the process, you realize to trust some people who not only their advice comes from a good place, but they have
Mhm.
the experience to give you that advice. In this process, you would have to build some trust and you would have to learn to listen to people who have more experience and have been more successful.
And then even what do you say? I'm sure you made mistakes along the way. So
A
how do
lot.
you give us some maybe example of a mistake, but how you pick yourself up after something that happened that didn't go the way you thought it was going to go and how did you bounce back from that?
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. And the first thing first is don't linger on those mistakes. Don't be too let
Mm.
down. Don't feel like, oh my God, what did I do? I wasted so much money. Don't waste time as soon as you realize a decision was wrong. Immediately try to see how you can make up for that mistake, how you can recover from that to start. Instead of focusing on, oh my God, I wasted, now I ended up wasting $10,000 or whatever,
Yeah.
focus all that energy on seeing how I can recover that. And that's one thing I did. Yes.
Oh, that's so smart because so many of us focus on the problem or the defeat instead of going into the solution and moving on to the next thing and
Yeah,
say, "What did
yeah.
I learn from it?" I think that's so important.
It
Um,
is. As a business owner, you just don't have the time to mourn over your mistakes. You can't. It's going to hurt the business even more. So if you
mhm.
really are sorry for making that mistake, put all that energy into correcting that mistake and finding the right way of proceeding and making the better decision what would be beneficial for the business. And most of my mistakes had been in the marketing area.
Marketing is a tricky thing because it's changing so much. In my day, you would when I owned a TV station, it was TV, radio, billboards, print, and it's not that anymore. It's so different. What is working for you today?
It's funny you asked because I've been trying to change the marketing strategy again because
Uh-huh.
I feel like that the business had been stagnant for almost a year. So
Mhm.
marketing is really, as you said, it's changing
Mhm.
literally every other
Right.
month, if I don't want to say every other week, and you constantly have to stay on top of your game.
Yes.
And it's that's exactly what I am doing right now. And in the beginning, it was the challenge of finding the right fit because there are a lot of companies that are really good with marketing, but they may not be for the spa and beauty business.
Right.
So not only you have to find the right company, you also have to find the company that understands what will work for your company. And we are a luxury brand. For a luxury brand, a luxury beauty brand, the marketing has to have a certain style and a
Right.
certain outlook that is not necessarily understood by every marketing company. It was a challenge, but I'm glad that we overcame that. And now again, I'm looking for the next step in marketing.
Yeah, it is different. I have a son who has a marketing company that does amazing things for big brands, and it's all about clip farming. I don't know if you've heard about clip farming. So it's taking, let's say, this interview and turning it into hundreds of other clips, but they're put
Mm,
onto other platforms that have your customers, right? So
yeah,
it's not just on your Instagram, it's on a bunch of other people's other Instagrams or other people's Facebook or things like that. It's funny, I was watching an interview with Joel Osteen and Logan Paul, and they were like, Joel, are you clip farming? He's like, I don't know what that is. Oh, well, we're going to teach you about clip farming, how to do that. But that's also a good strategy, just on a side note of doing that. Because it's just so different. Do you hire influencers? Do you pay them? Who's the next
yeah,
person or company that I should do collaborations with? But I think having this book is also a great tool for you. So,
it
because
is.
now you're an international best-selling author and soon to be an award-winning international best-selling author, which gives you
Yes,
some.
it definitely gives us credibility. Channel 39 did a clip inside our spa. They were so impressed by it. They actually brought the whole crew. They did like a whole segment on us. And even though it was not like for in terms of marketing, it didn't bring us necessarily clientele, but it
Mhm.
gave us credibility.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people for TV these days. It is the credibility and repurposing that content in as
Yeah.
many ways as possible because still not everyone gets to be on television. So it
Yes.
does give you an asset to doing that. Again, I go back to how brave you were that you started this business. What do you tell entrepreneurs? Sometimes people get frozen. They feel like, I don't know enough to get started. What do you say to that?
I'm going to tell them that life, every step of the way, is a learning process. We never know what's going to happen even later today. A situation may come up where I would just have to completely trust myself and my gut feeling and make a decision and move forward. And
Mhm.
business is a similar situation. Research, yes, instead of freezing, pick yourself up, spend some time research your business really well before you
Mhm.
start. And for me, I wanted to start a full service spa and salon, and when
Right.
I researched, I realized that this is way more challenging, and there are so many functions that are happening that's going to require so much time and effort. So why not start small on a with a unique service and then start adding more services to it. So research, asking the questions, spending time, even
Mhm.
like going driving around. I was really like when I was researching this, I was in my car driving around, going around different spas and salons, just walking in and asking questions,
Yeah.
so you really just have to you just really have to spend that time and
Mhm.
energy in researching your business. Have spend time gathering the funds first. Don't just dive in without having funds, because that is going to be way more challenging and stressful.
Yeah.
And even if it delays your project, that's fine, but just make sure that you do have that cushioning so that you have room to make mistakes.
Yes. That's really good advice. Do the research, but don't be afraid to start. Get started when you do it. Okay,
Yes.
now self-care is so important, and so many times we forget to do it, don't do it. I even have a massage chair in my house and I don't go in it as much as like maybe I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I should be doing that."
I
Um,
know guests end up using that more than we do, right?
yes, exactly. You're so true. So describe what the Moroccan spa is because it's different. What are the services and wonderful things that you do there versus other spas?
Moroccan Bath is an amazing service, and it what we do is our rooms are specially designed for that, so they're waterproof, very private. It's not a public bathing house. Every room is so private that even every room has its own changing area. So once you are in that room, you have complete privacy. We It's like a full body facial. So we massage on the black olive soap. These are all natural products imported from Morocco. So we
Mm,
will massage on the black olive soap all over your body. While the therapist is doing that, the room starts filling up with the steam. So by the time she's done applying the product, the whole room turns into a sauna room. So the steam is what kind of de-stresses you. It relaxes your muscles, opens your pores. Then using special products, we will exfoliate your entire body, wash it off, give you a rose water rinse, and then give you a mud clay body wrap, which will not only nourish your skin, but it will also close the pores and everything. And when your body is wrapped in that, we give you a head massage and wash, shampoo, and condition your hair. That's the basic hammam. Obviously, we have packages where you can add massage and facial to it, but it's relaxing and de stressing. Our guests call it a massage on steroids.
that sounds amazing. At one point, I was looking for like a detoxifying full body mud wrap, and
Mhm.
probably 4 years, 5 years ago maybe, and I just couldn't find it, but that sounds like something that I was in Mexico, sounds similar, and I went not once, but I went twice on my trip because it
Oh,
was so good and so relaxing. Yeah, there's nothing else like that. That is just you're gonna come out like a brand new person from
you
head to
do.
toe.
And your skin is glowing. And again, the steam has that effect on a human mind where you feel like, oh my
Mhm.
God, I just can't think of anything stressful right now. And it's really what's pleasing to my heart is to see that big smile on my clients' faces when they're leaving and they're just so happy. That's really true success to me, is when my guests leave happy.
And what is the just so people know, like, what's the price point of that, like, around? Because it could change.
Yeah. So around 200, and it goes up to 500. And then we have couple services. We have a beautiful couple suite where the two people can just enjoy, relax. It has a built-in jacuzzi, very private area. So those treatments go up to 1,000 or more, and they're long treatments, though they're like 2 3 hour treatments. So it's worth the time. And in this time and day where it's just like a rat race going on, everybody's just so busy trying to survive
Right.
and trying to make their day right. I think it's a very much needed a time off from all that stress and anxiety and just go. It's like time to pause and breathe and take care of yourself and just let yourself know that I'm important too.
Yeah, it's just hitting that reset. We don't do that often enough where we especially as women we're
Yes.
always doing something else and then we prioritize other things besides us. Oh, I don't want to spend the money or the time. I should be doing this, doing that for my
Yeah.
kids, doing this for my business. And it's like we just keep moving ourselves. I know myself, I keep moving myself down the list. It's like,
Hmm.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
well, yeah. Or maybe I'd just rather sit and do Netflix just because I can't think of doing anything else, which is not
Yeah.
invigorating versus doing what you described. It's like you just felt like you went on vacation and you're reinvigorated. I
Mhm.
imagine people feel like they just have, like they did go on vacation.
Yes, yeah. That's the thing is we women, we have always been programmed to put everybody else before us and put ourselves last. And if there's ever any time to cut something out of our schedule, we are
Mhm.
always the one who come first. And I think it's time to pause, and we are the integral part of any community or any society. We
Mhm.
give birth to kids, we raise communities. We are the community
Yeah,
builders. So the focus should be really on us. We should be actually programmed to know, take a break and spend some time
right.
on yourself and on self-care. And it's okay. It's not wasting money. It's not being selfish. It's actually needed. Just a car repair. When we take our cars for oil change or get them repaired, that's not wasting money. That's maintaining so we can have our car going.
So I'm encouraging everybody, put this on your list and take care of yourself. Saba, thank you for this interview. You were just wonderful and such a pleasure to have on. Tell people where they can reach out to you, whether it's personally or follow you on your social media and make an appointment at your spa.
Of course. So our website is the name of the spa, oasismoroccanbath.com, or they can reach out. The number 832-873-2857. It's something that's my number as well, and it's the spa's number as well. Our Instagram, Oasis Moroccan Bath, Facebook, TikTok, we're very popular on TikTok, and it's all by our name, Oasis Moroccan Bath.
Terrific. Thank you so much. So make your appointment right away. Thanks for joining us today. And if you're looking to become an international best-selling author and you want help writing your book and publishing and marketing your book, reach out to us at eliteonlinepublishing.com. I'm one of the owners, and we've been doing it for over a decade now. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time. Hey, are you looking to increase your revenue, build credibility, and elevate your brand? This podcast is brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, an innovative publishing and full spectrum marketing company. They will publish and market your book to make it a #1 bestseller. Becoming an author is the best way to market your business. So contact them at eliteonlinepublishing.com today. All of their authors become #1 bestsellers.